What happens when the world's most powerful momager realizes her longtime boyfriend might turn into her biggest liability? That's the question hanging over Kris Jenner right now. After nearly a decade together, reports claim Cory Gamble is ready to walk away, but not quietly. He allegedly wants millions for the years he spent by Kris's side, and if he doesn't get what he thinks he deserves, rumors suggest he might be prepared to spill the Kardashians' deepest secrets. And when we're talking about Kris Jenner's family, that could mean some of the most guarded, private, and scandalous details the public has never heard. Kris and Cory's relationship has always sparked conversation. They first met back in 2014 when Kourtney, a talent manager in the music industry, caught Kris's eye during a party in Ibiza. The age gap was glaring. Kris was already in her late 50s, while Kourtney was just entering his 40s. Many people thought it was just a fling, another short-lived chapter in Kris's high-profile life. But year after year, Kourtney remained by her side, attending family events, red carpets, and vacations. He wasn't just her boyfriend. He was quietly becoming part of the Kardashian machinery. Still, the whispers never stopped. Was Kourtney truly in love with Kris, or was he playing the long game, waiting for the payoff that comes with standing beside one of the richest and most influential women in entertainment? Now, after nearly 10 years, cracks in their picture-perfect image are becoming impossible to ignore. Reports describe constant arguments, tense exchanges in public, and a relationship that's been hanging by a thread for a long time. People spotted them at Jeff Bezos' wedding in Venice, and instead of looking like a happy couple, they seemed miserable. Onlookers said Kris was snapping at Kourtney, ordering him around like an assistant instead of a partner. At one point on a boat ride, Kris reportedly barked at him about travel arrangements, making the moment awkward for everyone nearby. And that wasn't the only public blow-up. They were also seen arguing at a Beyoncé concert in Las Vegas, where Khloé Kardashian had to step in to calm things down. Imagine that, one of Kris's daughters playing peacemaker between her mom and her boyfriend during a night out. It says a lot about just how bad things have gotten, but here's where things take a sharper turn. Kourtney isn't willing to leave empty-handed. Sources claim he feels entitled to a massive payout for the years he's dedicated to Kris. He allegedly believes he gave up a respected career as a talent handler to become her confidant, protector, and even business partner at times. From his perspective, he wasn't just a boyfriend tagging along. He was the glue that kept the family together through crisis after crisis. He reportedly calls himself the unsung hero, someone who stood quietly in the shadows while the Kardashians ran the world. And now, he thinks it's time to be compensated. Kris, of course, never married him. A smart legal move that keeps her fortune out of reach in the event of a breakup. Without that piece of paper, Kourtney has no legal right to half her estate. But he's been there for almost a decade, sitting front row to every chaotic moment in the Kardashian empire. He's heard phone calls, watched arguments, and likely knows details that could be embarrassing, or worse, financially damaging, if they ever went public. That's where the rumors of blackmail come in. Reports claim Kourtney has hinted that unless he gets what he wants, he might share the family's private business with the world. What exactly does he know? That's the million-dollar question. Fans speculate Kourtney could have overheard things about the family's finances, lawsuits, or even personal drama between the sisters. Kris is famously protective of her daughters, and her entire career has been about controlling narratives. If Kourtney starts talking, the brand Kris built over decades could take a hit. Remember, this isn't some distant outsider. This is the man who's been sitting at family dinners, traveling with them, and listening while the Kardashians vented behind closed doors. He knows things even the publicists don't. And that makes him dangerous behind the glamour. Kris and Kourtney's relationship has reportedly been deteriorating for years. Insiders describe Kourtney as tired of being treated like an employee rather than a partner. He was often portrayed as Kris's bodyguard boyfriend, someone there to handle logistics and security, but rarely given the respect of an equal. Kris, meanwhile, is said to be growing increasingly impatient with him, seeing him more as dead weight than a true partner. When they first got together, he was exciting and useful, a younger man who could keep up with her lifestyle. But after nearly a decade, some sources claim Kris sees him as more of a burden than a benefit. The rest of the Kardashian family has noticed too. Khloé, as mentioned, has tried to play mediator. Kourtney, on the other hand, seems skeptical of everyone's motives, rolling her eyes at the idea of Kourtney's continued presence. And Kim? Well, Kim is playing her own game. Rumors say she's been leaning on Scott Disick, Kourtney's ex, offering him support as he tries to reinvent himself. Some speculate Kim's motives aren't just compassion. She knows Scott is good television, and keeping him close means keeping the show alive. Could Kim also be calculating when it comes to Cory? Possibly. If Cory leaves and threatens the family brand, Kim might be one of the first to figure out how to spin it to their advantage. Speaking of Scott, his subplot only adds more tension. Recently, he's been trying to clean up his image, reconnecting with the family through Kim's support. But Kourtney isn't buying it. She reportedly sees Scott as a manipulator who knows exactly what to say to stay in everyone's good graces. Still, his presence in the show is valuable. Fans care about him, and producers know drama sells. With Kris and Cory on the verge of breaking up, Scott's role in the Kardashian world could become even more significant. If Cory walks away, or worse, if he goes public with secrets, the family might lean on familiar faces like Scott to keep the machine running. So what happens next? That's where speculation runs wild. Some reports suggest Kris is already preparing to end things before the year is over. If that's true, the real question is whether Cory will accept a quiet settlement, a behind-the-scenes payout paired with a tight NDA, or if he'll feel cheated and decide to leak what he knows. The Kardashians have survived scandals before, but this would be different. This wouldn't be paparazzi catching someone off guard or a rumor about a relationship. This would be a man who's been inside their home for nearly a decade, potentially speaking on things no one outside the family has ever heard. For Cory, it's about money, pride, and recognition. For Kris, it's about protecting an empire worth billions. Neither side looks ready to back down. And that's why this isn't just a breakup story. It's a potential showdown with massive stakes. At the end of the day, Kris and Cory's relationship was never just about romance. It was about power, control, and image. Now that image is cracking. And as rumors swirl about blackmail, payouts, and explosive secrets, fans are left wondering, is Cory Gamble about to become the Kardashian family's biggest threat? Or will Kris Jenner, the ultimate strategist, find a way to silence him before he gets the chance? One thing's certain, whatever happens next won't just stay behind closed doors. When it comes to the Kardashians, drama always finds its way to the spotlight.